You are in the terminal, trying to debug a script, run an AWS command, or scaffold a new app. What if an AI assistant could handle all of that, right inside your CLI? And that's exactly what Amazon Q Developer CLI does. Let me show you how I used it to build and deploy a real app without ever leaving the terminal. Quick heads up, this video is sponsored by AWS, but I'll say this upfront. Amazon Q Developer CLI genuinely surprised me. It's not just a chatbot in the terminal, it's a hands-on coding agent that reads your files, writes codes, runs shell commands, and even call AWS APIs, while you stay in control. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how I used it to build and deploy a working Python app, step by step, from beginner-friendly scripting to integrating with AWS services like S3 and Lambda. Let's get started. Getting started is simple. You install the CLI, macOS, Linux, or even WS on Windows are all supported. I used Homebrew on Mac. After that, you log in using a free AWS Builder ID. No credit card, no AWS account needed. The moment you launch a terminal session, Q CLI kicks in. It feels like you just hired an AI-powered teammate who lives in your terminal. You get smart autocomplete for tools like Git, Docker, NPM, and of course, AWS. You can say things like, find all files with the word invoice, but skip hidden ones. And Q instantly gives you the right find or grab command. But what really caught my attention? The interactive chat mode. You just type Q chat and suddenly your terminal turns into a conversation with a developer agent that can generate code, edit files, and run commands with your permission. So let's say you are just getting started and you want to write a Python script that counts the number of lines in a file. Instead of Googling or starting from scratch, you just type, write a Python script that reads data.txt and prints how many lines it has. Q responds with the code, shows you a preview, and asks if you want to save it as count_lines.py. You hit yes, and it writes the file and even asks if it should run it for you. All of that from idea to execution, done without leaving the terminal. Now let's say you want to tweak it. So you ask it, hey, actually can you make it accept the file name as a command line argument? Q shows you your diff, updates the script, and runs it again. Clean, interactive, and beginner-friendly. This is where it starts to feel less like a tool and more like a pair programming sitting next to you, typing, editing, and iterating as you guide it. So let's build something together slightly more real. A simple PDF processing app. Here is the idea. You have users uploading PDFs like invoices or reports. The app uploads them to S3. Once uploaded, a Lambda function kicks in, passes the PDF, and stores metadata like page count, author, or total amount into DynamoDB. Sounds like a lot, right? With Q Developer, I didn't touch the AWS console once. First I said, create an S3 bucket named Q PDF Uploader in US East 1 region. Q generated the AWS CLI command and asked me for approval. I said yes, bucket created. Now, you might be wondering, how does Q know which AWS account to use? Well, when you install the CLI and run it for the first time, it asks you to authenticate using either an AWS Builder ID or IAM Identity Center. So once you're logged in, it uses your credentials just like the AWS CLI would. So if you already have AWS configure set up on your machine, Q uses those same credentials under the hood. You're not exposing secrets. It respects your local config, runs secure CLI commands, and always asks before you are doing anything that affects your cloud. Next, I ask it to upload this PDF file to that bucket. It used the AWS S3CP command, upload done. Now for the Lambda part, I asked, create a Lambda function in Python that triggers when a new file is uploaded to that S3 bucket. It should extract PDF metadata using PyPDF2 and store the info in a DynamoDB table. This is a complex task, yet Q handled it like a pro. So first it created the Python code for the Lambda. It's pretty elaborated. Then it scaffolded the IAM role with minimal permissions, gave me a deployment plan using AWS SAM, and even added unit tests for the Lambda. It confirmed the bucket trigger, asked if I wanted to deploy with SAM CLI, and I approved it. It zipped, packaged, deployed, and linked the trigger. All of this happened through one CLI chat session. I didn't write the full infrastructure. I didn't tab between 5 docs. Q did the heavy lifting while I focused on the logic. And because Q shows the diffs before changing the code and confirmations before executing commands, I had full control, step by step. Now, let's jump into the AWS console and verify everything Q deployed. So here is the S3 bucket. It already has the uploaded PDF files. And here is the Lambda function. It got triggered right after the upload. And finally, let's go to the DynamoDB and check the PDF metadata table. We can see the past metadata stored there. Everything just worked. Now that we have a working Lambda, I wanted to make it production ready. So I asked Q, hey, add logging to the Lambda so I can see bucket name, file name, and number of pages processed. Q quickly updated the function and showed me a diff. Clean, readable, and added exactly where I needed it. Then I asked, hey, what happens if the PDF is corrupted or unreadable? Can you add error handling? Q responded with a try except block around the PDF reader call, catching common exceptions like PDF read error, logging the failure, and returning a 500 response if something breaks. Again, it showed me a diff first and I approved. Finally, I said, hey, write a unit test for this Lambda using Moto to mock S3 and DynamoDB. In seconds, Q scaffolded a test file using PyTest, created mock S3 and DynamoDB environments, and tested the core logic with a sample PDF. I didn't even have to search for libraries or boilerplate. It handled all of it, including imports and setup code. I ran the test with PyTest and it passed on the first try. And this is where Q really shines. It doesn't just generate code, it iterates with you. Add a feature, adjust logic, write a test. It's like an engineer sitting with you, typing while you talk. So, where does this fit in a real developer workflow? If you are a beginner, Q helps you avoid the rabbit hole of how do I write this script or what's the syntax for that command. You describe what you want, Q delivers, and you learn by watching. If you are a mid-level, Q speeds up repetitive stuff. You are still in control, but you don't waste time wiring IAM roles, tweaking CLIs, or copy-pasting JSON policies. And if you are advanced, it becomes your automation assistant. You can delegate boilerplate code generation, file edits, deployment steps, and even test scaffolding. Q handles execution, you handle decisions. And here's the best part. Q doesn't break your workflow. It works with your shell. It respects your environment and it adapts to your tools. So whether you are editing files locally, running bash commands, calling AWS APIs, or chaining all of that together, it feels like part of your team, not some separate tool. You give feedback, it updates. You ask for refactor, it diffs the file. You approve, it applies. It's the fastest loop I have experienced between idea and working code, right from the terminal. That's a real look at how I used Amazon Q Developer CLI to build, test, and deploy a PDF metadata app, right from the terminal. No jumping between browser tabs, no fighting with docs, no endless copy-paste loops. Just clear instructions, fast iteration, and real-time feedback, all powered by Q. So whether you are automating a tiny script or deploying to AWS, this tool meets where you are. And honestly, it makes the command line feel 10x smarter. Big thanks to AWS for sponsoring this video. And if you want to try Q Developer CLI yourself, hit the link in the description. Create a free builder ID, download the CLI, and start coding with your own AI teammate in the terminal. Do let me know in the comments, what would you automate with Q? A workflow, a deployment, a test suite? I'm curious. And if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.